Welcome to your daily dose of hope. I'm Phyllis Nichols, and I'm glad you're here. I'm not sure where I first heard about the concept of my tomorrow self, but I wish I'd known about it sooner. What would your tomorrow self think about what you're doing or maybe not doing today? That perspective has been helpful for me, especially when I'm avoiding a task or a project that needs my focus and attention. And sometimes it's the really little things, like emptying the dishwasher. I don't know why I avoid that, or I used to anyway. And then a couple years ago, I had something heating up in the microwave, and I'm like, ugh, while I'm standing here, I'll empty the dishwasher. And I realized it took less than a minute for me to do it. And I'm like, I've been avoiding something that took like around 60 seconds. That's when it clicked. The story we tell ourselves about how much time things take is often very, very wrong. And I'm not just talking about basic things like the dishwasher, right? It's all sorts of things that we dread and we build up, and then it's like in 15 or 20 minutes, we might be able to accomplish something. It's just a little unpleasant. And instead we let it bug us for a long time. Sometimes we lose sleep sometimes over things like that. There's always a good reason not to do the thing, right? If there's a couple of things that are uncomfortable, like lately, I've been working on our tax information. We have a small business, so we have to file a business tax thing and a personal, of course. And I tell you, for years, I put this off like until April 14th to 15th, sometimes even later. And it was stressful. And I used a lot of mental energy and dealt with anxiety just around the avoidance of it, right? For months, like the whole month of March, like it was weighing on me, right? That I should do this. It wasn't productive, and that wasn't helpful at all. Now I'm working on it in January and February because I know that April Phyllis is going to be so happy that the taxes are done and ready to be filed on time with no stress and no last minute anxiety. Tackling what's right in front of us is also how we build resilience muscles, right? It's the part of us that knows that we're really capable. And sometimes we let that capable part of us off the hook, right? Because maybe we don't feel like it, or again, it's just something a little unpleasant that we just rather avoid. So today, I just hope you'll take care of your tomorrow self. It's also an act of hope. It's an acknowledgement that you are worth it and that we can change the stories in our head. If there's something you've been avoiding, give your tomorrow self a break and take care of it today. And when tomorrow shows up, or next week, or whenever that happens, you're going to feel so much better. I promise you.